which I have a copy, it says, Duterte asked Capitol to explain purchase of SUVs for lawmakers. This is the headline of the Bohol Chronicle that appeared last Sunday, and this is also the topic of so many discussions in its radio station, which is the DYRD. Now, you might ask me, what is the basis of the Bohol Chronicle to put this in their paper? The basis for this is this. The office of the President under President Rodrigo Duterte has come up with an initiative whereby it gives the citizens, all of us Filipinos, a mechanism by which each and every one of us can express our opinion or our sentiment, or can register a complaint insofar as matters relating to acts or programs of government. May it be made by an official or any employee of the government. And under this mechanism, they have come up with a hotline, which is 8888, wherein which any citizen of the Republic of the Philippines can just call or send a text. And under the mandate of the said hotline, just like the office of the Ombudsman, they can even accept even if it is sent anonymously. Maski wainan sa sender, pwede dawaton. And then, maski walay nalan sa sender, pwede o kinahanglan niya po aksyonan. Now, based on a text message that was received by 888, under the transmittal that was sent by the office of the press office of the President under the hotline 8888, it says there that the message of the texter is to the effect na nakabasa siya o usa ka news item sa Bohol Chronicle diin nagaingon nga naay plano ang sangguniang panlalawigan nga magpalit o mga service vehicle para magamit sa mga miyembro sa sangguniang panlalawigan. And in his or her, which I do not talk, anonymous man, whether babae ba o lalaki ba ang texter na nagpadala sa 888, kaingon nga, given the pandemic, he or she expressed his or her sentiment na dili siguro maayo ng panahon na nga himuon kini tungod sa pandemya. That is the gist of the text complaint that was sent to the hotline 888. Following procedures of the said office, tungod kay ang hinungdan ang local usaman ka local government unit, then the office of the citizens hotline 888 transmitted the said text complaint received to the office of the DILG for its appropriate action. In which case, the office of the regional director of the DILG, who received the transmittal, also likewise transmitted it to the office of the provincial director of the DILG for its appropriate action also. So considering that it is the governor who is the head of agency, so the DILG provincial office in Bohol transmitted it to the office of the governor for its appropriate action. And considering that it is a concern of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, the office of the governor through the provincial administrator also endorsed it to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. And me as the presiding officer had it included in the order of business in our session dated May 18, and it has been referred to the appropriate committee for us to be able to take our appropriate action on the said referral. On the basis of that referral, I would presume that was the source of the information, because we are very transparent here. We are not hiding anything. So that was what happened. But let me just express my personal sentiment. I am very saddened how come that they are now saying that it was Duterte, the president, who asked the Capitol to explain. I don't think this is fair. I don't think that this is accurate, and I don't think that this is truthful. That is my personal sentiment. No? And it was a transmittal. And then again, the balik-balik na po na purchase of SUVs. We have here friends of the media. How many times have we been saying that the intention and plan is to buy service pickups, not SUVs? Nga naman yun, ibalik-balik kung shooting SUV, na manghapon man yung papila na they are for truth. They are not for truth. It's very malicious. I am sharing this with you, my dear colleagues in the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Again, because this is a matter that concerns us all. Now, just to inform you, as I've been telling before when I was interviewed, na kining pagpalit po mga service vehicles sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan, as I was telling, naitapot na ni for several administrations. Okay? Kanya, even during the time of Governor Rene Lopez, they also bought service vehicles for the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. No? The reason why we included it in our annual budget, this program na papalit ng mga service vehicles, it is because of the sentiment of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan that there is a need for this. Now, let me be clear on this matter. This sentiment, this plan to buy service vehicles for the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, the governor of the whole, Governor Rene, has nothing to do with this. While labot ang gobernador, kung na kayo basura ninyo ang gobernador, anong plano sa Sangguniang ng palit ng mga sakyanan? Why labot ang gobernador? Although some media will try to project it to be the case. It has nothing to do with this plan. This is a sentiment of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Pero kini mga sentimento ha, diha may gipadayag ang taong tuig 2019 nga dihang nakita sa mga miyembro sa Panlalawigan nga ang ilang mga service vehicles na ipanggamit are already mayroon na to every now and then maguba, may panahon na okay, may panahon na guba. In other words, nga na ang estado sa mga sakyanan, kadaghanan ng ipanggamit sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan. And I would not be surprised why that is the case. Because the service vehicles being used by the members of the Senate of Lalawigan today are pickups that have been bought 9 years ago. Pickups na gipalit 9 years ago. Nato pagkasulti, tulo na ka-set of members sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan gagamit aning mga pick-upan. Kaya ang termino sa usa ka board member, tulo na katuig. Unfortunately, di man ta makasiguro na ang nagamit karong terminuhan mo diya mo gamit na sa kanana sa subtermino. Kaya magdepende man na mudaog pa makabalik na makag-continue pagbalik. So lahat ng pagkasulti, there is no assurance as far as continuity, no? Sa mugamit sa mga sakyanan. So, in other words, expected na for every term, magkalalangin yun ang driver, magkalalangin yun ang magamit sa mga sakyanan. I agree with the observation of some of our people na tinuod, depende na sa paggamit sa pag-atiman sa atong mga sakyanan. Kung maayo na ito pagka-atiman, maayo na ito pagkagam, maayo na ito pagka-maintain, nas dinaya o possible na lamit pa ng atok na mga sakyanan. Unfortunately, ang realidad sa gobyerno, that is not the case. Pwede na siguro sa private sector. But given the circumstances here in government, that is not the case. So, tungkol niya na isaduhan na mga problematic na ang kadaghanan sa mga service vehicles sa itong mga board member. Muna hinungdan na in the proposed budget for the year 2020, i-propose sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan to be included ang item na mo allocate o pondo na makapalit o mga bangkong na mga service vehicles for the use of the Senate of Lalawigan in the year 2020, last year. Unfortunately, in the year 2020, COVID came na wala ko damha. Nagka-pandemya ta dinhi sa Bohol, sa Tibok Pilipinas, o sa Tibok kalibutan. Kung tungkol kay wala man ta magdahog ng mga si COVID, na we will be na pandemic, all NGOs, including the national government, wala kapagandang in terms of allocating resources in order to respond to the challenges and problems that are brought about by COVID-19 na nanatas sa usa ka pandemic. So, mauna ang kaganahan sa probinsya sa Bohol, magmanta mo allocate o para COVID sa annual budget, we have to enact supplemental budgets. And in the case of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, kita ang tanan. Because we are sensitive to the situation and the plight of our people, and the COVID, the pinangat pundo, kaya wag man ta makapagandang sa minaging tubig, that is the reason why the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, labi na mo, kaya na tayo makulinig, no? You pass a resolution to defer the purchase of these vehicles, and instead, you appropriated the amount of 24 million last year na supposedly ipalit ng tagsakyanan last year pa para magamit para sa mga kalihukan na rutinangan para pag-responde sa problema sa COVID dili sa Bohol. Ang gihimo pagkat sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan, gawa sa savings ang 24 million, dilugangan pagyod ninyo nato na i-include nga i-defer ang filling up of all vacant items, regular items in the Sangguniang Panlalawigan while filling up for the year 2020 para ang maong pondo na masave magamit dugang para sa COVID response sa probinsya sa Bohol. So in fact, out of the budget last year sa 2020 sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan, nakahimo po og sangguniang panalawigan o modest contribution to the kitty of the provincial government nga gigamit para sa COVID response. For the year 2020, the provincial government of Bohol allocated the total amount of 361 million para magamit para COVID. Apil na niya nga diin tanang households sa probinsya sa Bohol, dihay madawat na gamay tabang sa kagamanan sa probinsya sa Bohol, katong mga 8 kilos of premium rice. Karon, when we consider the 2021 budget, we saw to it that the 2021 budget will be a budget that will respond to include whatever problems and challenges that will be brought about by COVID or be brought about by COVID. Payunan na nato ang mga pundo nga gikinahanglan, including mitigating measures like livelihood para sa mga katawan, mga programa na matabangan ng pagkinabuhi sa mga katawan tungkol ng COVID. So, nakapagkasulti sa paghimo sa 2021 budget, no? Atong giatiman ang tanang panginhangan sa atong na probinsya sa Bohol. Apil na sa atong na mga opisina o hatan sa probinsya sa Bohol. As part of the 2021 budget, still, i-apil, ibalik, nag-appropriate niya po ng 24 million na para nga magamit o palit o mga service pick-up, daily SUV para sa kayamanan sa probinsya sa Bohol sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Well, the thing of the matter is, we always welcome any feedback coming from our people. We always welcome that, no? Kaya, ang ato lamang bihangyo is, kung mahimo, mga giningon ka, fair and justice lang. Fair treatment. Fair treatment. Na, mga giningon mo na we have this observation, and this will not try to comment any more on this. Anyway, the thing there is, ang ilan na okay lang palit sa kanan, basta kahit para sa beneficios katawan, dili para sa comfort sa mga elected officials. Mamanay kuan, istorya. No? Kahit sa tinura lang, di ba lang kahit kita yung malit kung sa kanan? Daghang LGU na malit kung sa kanan. Sa tibong Pilipinas, di kayo buhora. No? Except lang na, sa upang mga LGU, may mga sakinan na gigamit para sa ubang mga opisina na dapat o mga servisyo para sa kautan. So, mamani, ang kuwan, na ako yung mga komentaryo na kaibon nga, okay naman yung bumayo ko niya, pero hindi para sa pangikon sa mga bukal na araw na kapagputan ni Siran. Importante, bukamit ang bata sa probinsya, sa gobyerno, para sa beneficios katawan. And karoon ang no? We have friends in the media who are here with us. No? Ever since I assumed office as your Vice Governor, way back high noon of June 30, 2019, until today, wag ko magamit og sakyanan ng gobyerno. I'm using my own private vehicle. Okay? And I even told you, na maski magpapalit kung mga sakyanan sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan, I don't intend to use it. I will still continue using my own private vehicles. Na naman, I am after my safety. Sa tinuray lang. Muna gingon ko, kung gamit ko sa sakyanan sa gobyerno, I don't feel secure on my safety being on the road, considering the condition of our vehicles. Karang sakyanan, Panlingkod ako, naay opisyal sa kanan na Montero ang Vice Governor sa Bohol. Igamit ni panahon ni Inday Lin as Vice Governor, igamit ni samahan ni Senior Board Member, panahon na siya Vice Governor. Unfortunately, when I took over Amaong Montero behind the provincia, so I had to have it repaired first. So muna pagsubo, bago ko magamit ko sa kanan po, gobyerno. But until the present, wala ko magamit niya po. Kaya mo lang yun na, every now and then, magubak. Doon man, atong nag-acting Vice Governor, si Board Member Balite, iyang gigamit ang service vehicle for the Vice Governor. But unfortunately, when I came back, wala ko ba-turn over immediately, kay iya na po ay diferensya, kaya ko ba, iya maganda si Board Member Balite. So, ipahaya na po balik. Okay, until now, you don't see it because ipahaya na po, kaya every now and then mabuhay. And that is the case in most of the vehicles being used by the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Just very recently, we-share na po si Board Member Franz Garcia dito na siguro sa Clarin. Yes. No? Ibang niya sa kanan. Ano po ito? Kaya ako na-exercise in France. Siya mismo may ito sa kanan. So, this is the case, and this is the present reality and situation of the situation. Pero, mga Jimon na, maski ang atong gobernador, si Governor Atya, hindi nyo mamatbayan. Since he assumed office until the present, he is also not using a government vehicle. He is using also his own personal vehicle. He is also using his own personal vehicle. So, karon, di man may ingnon ninyo insensitive, this is a concern for everybody. So, hindi naman ang ato mga kaigsunan sa media, hindi naman ang ato mga board member din whereas the board member Elpidio Hala who is not here present. But if you recall, it was board member Elpidio Hala who delivered the privilege speech. Na requesting and asking and prioritize na ang sanunod pananawigan dapat allocate of resources na matapalit ng nabatong sa kanan. Di ba? It was board member Hala. So now, I would like to manifest to the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. May na mahibaw mo na kung baruganan ang isyuhan. Baruganan ang isyuhan. I would like to propose to you, my dear colleagues, in the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, na kini mga sakyanan ng atong ipanuhan na paliton para umbag gamiton sa mga sakop sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Mupupos ko na ato ng ihatag sa tanang mga buhatan na nagkinhangan o mga sakyanan na nagkinhangan buhatan under the provincial government na nagkinhangan o sakyanan para sa paghimo o saktong serbisyo sa mga katawhan. Ako for one, maski ako magamit o sakyanan sa gobyerno, but still, isip president officer, inyong iapilan na ang office of the Vice Governor o kusa, wala, mamusulti ko ninyo, this is my sentiment, this is my stand, ako, mahangin ko ninyo, okay ba ninyo, kung ihatag yung mga sakyanan, ipagamit na ito sa mga buhatan, o po sa provincial government, kada servisyo sa tawhan. Example, office of the provincial agriculture, Office of the Provincial Veterinarian, Office of the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, Provincial Health Office, ang DEMO, ang atong Provincial Engineering Office, ang Provincial Motor Office, o kubang pa mga opisina na kahatag sa servisyo sa tawhan. This is my stand, this is my sentiment. Now, I would like to call on each and every one of you. Kung saman, okay ba mo? Okay ba tayo? May I ask my district? Let me start with the first district. Board member, Ricky Masamayor, being the coordinator, okay ba kami? Police.
Mr. Chair, as your coordinator of this office body, and we respect to the presiding officer, wag may problema, okay po tayo. Pero Mr. Chair, dala ko para ikaw, hindi ko problema. I-training ng alas 5 na ako na hindi mag-outside. Pero problema Mr. Chair, pero simbak ko, na-invite ako dako. Ako na katawhan sa working sa invite. I will not mention the newspaper or the radio station or the mga media personnel na sige para ko ang inisyoha. Kapila na ko bin sa chair, I think 5 times, 6 times. Kanihanan before coming here, 10 o'clock. Kung sabay akong baruganan regarding this issue, bigyan. Isulti na konta, ngano dili Manila pakutana ka na patawag sila na sa ilang programa. Ang Malacanang ipalit o buha kayo paano, 2 billion. Ngano dili Manila pakutaran kung isukot pa mga katawan. Ngano kita naman pinag iko nila. Pero sa akong respeto ng Mr. Chair, wala problema. Okay mo man ako sa kanan, magsige lang kung ako, imbis na twice a day, more na ako 5 times a day, na makawalay ko sa balay na buhit. Pero kung mamatay ko sa bangko Sir Chair, ako lang yung na akong pamilya, ako ang mga parenting ako sayap kung kinsay labor para magkaibalo sila, kinsay lang all. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you for the manifestation, honorable coordinator. I request the honorable Governor Rene, what is your stand or position on the proposal by the chair on this matter?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We thank you for this notable action, Mr. Chair. On a personal note, Mr. Chair, I have experienced twice having almost met an accident, one with Malilitan and one in Bian. And just last week, during a visit in Barangay Relampagos and going home, papunta sa Ginan, kasi kurta ko ulit. But enjoy the game. Mr. Chair, my office has received several requests from different provincial government agencies, no? Particularly PO, SWD, LTAP, Office of Provincial Agriculturists, that they wish to assume the service people should be pushed through with the purchase. So yes, Mr. Chair, I give my positive favor to the said action as initiated by you, Mr. Chair, so as to allow greater mobility of key provincial government agencies in the frontline response against COVID, to give added flexibility in the transport of personnel, equipment, and other services. So I am in favor of this, Mr. Chair. I just don't know which of the 4 agencies will receive the service being produced. Personally, when I discuss it, siguro it's about time to get our insurance, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, honorable Governor. May we now hear from the honorable Lucille Yap Lagumay. What is her stand on the matter? To the proposal of the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Allow me to comment on the proposed purchase of new vehicles to be used by the members of the SP. As early as the first week of April, Ma'am Nita Texon, who heads the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, and I were talking about how we could better improve the services in her office. And she was telling me that the vehicle they are using now is a white crossway that was purchased years ahead of what I am currently using. So I told her last April 18 that I can still manage with the current vehicle that is being assigned to me, And should the majority decide to push through with the purchase of the vehicles, I will direct that the new unit that shall be assigned to my office will be used by the Office of the Provincial Social Welfare and Development to augment the government's effort in the delivery of social services, especially at this time of pandemic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. So in other words, you are okay with the proposal to give it to the officers?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you for that. May we go now to the second district? May we begin with the Assistant Board Leader, Board Member Franz Gileen Garcia de Venosa.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Mayroong hapon na itong tanan. So, I'll give my 100% support sa plan for our legal. And before that, I would also like to explain what happened to us, labi na sa Sabyagan in Clarin, which is that morning, we had patient na nagsakay sa damo from here in Tagbilaran going to Pitogo because may red gi-assign na sa kinana ko usahay gamiton if ever someone would like to use it na pahatod to their lungsod. So good thing that they were not there during the accident, or actually they siya accident during the time na naguba ang sakyanan. Kaya simba po, if someone's there na simply sakay lang, yan ay ganito po. So, good thing na, and then I don't also want na kung mga tao makadiyon mo sa kayong sakyanan, kaya we're actually using our private and then ang red plate. So, pero this nahatag matag service to our people. So, much better na atong ihatag sa atong mga department na naan sa field. And then kami, we're trying our best na to be safe na binasa atong mga tao na ang kaigsuunan sa dapat na pwede sa lusakay sa atong service car. So, that's all my stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Franz. May we hear now from Board Member Amy Doniel Pablasan.
Good afternoon, Mr. Presiding Officer. Honestly lang, ever since ako gumagamit sa government vehicle, kinakailangan yung tayo kay dagang mga lakaw, importante mga lakaw, dara-dara na lakaw, may lang, dara-dara lang ang mga board members. Pero just to buy peace sa mga issues, any concerned citizens would comment kami mayo. Okay lagi po mawala po yung government vehicle kaya nada ko lang ito mga gamit sa personal car. But then, ako lang suggestion, Mr. Presiding Officer, na nanghanyang mo po na po si Mr. Glenn Doloritos, Dr. Glenn, if it's okay, ato nung po na po ihatag na po ang government vehicle at ang issue po po. So, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Ito, please.
Thank you for that, Board Member Lily. May we hear from the Pride of Talibon, Board Member Lily.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, as far as this number representation is concerned, I am agreeable or amenable to the manifestation of the Presiding Officer that the procurement of a service vehicle intended for the Sangguniang legal members be instead be given to the offices and other departments of the provincial government because they are really in dire need also of a service vehicle. Being frontliners in the implementation of the different programs for the application of the provincial government. So I can assure you, Mr. Presiding Officer, that my service vehicle is good up to June 30, 2022, because that will be my last day of doing public service. Ang service vehicle ko na doon na naipagbiyaan ng mga kagalang because in the first place, this vehicle was issued to board member 1 of the topic kung kadalas kami nag-ausap o patay. Then next is this vehicle was also issued to board member Aveniro kung again kadalas magyapon o patay. So, nakakoy mo sa board kaya dito, that's why okay pa, sigurado ko okay pa kung dito up to that to do 30,000 with 10.
Thank you, Honorable Officer Ron. We will break. Wala po may natin sa pagpapay mo sa kailan. Okay, having heard the legislators from the 2nd Congressional District, they will hear now from the 3rd District. They will begin with the senior board member. Victor Balitek, please.
Thank you, Chair. As far as you have heard during one of our sessions, that I will give my new vehicle, if ever there's a new vehicle, to the office of the provincial health office, to the provincial health officer. That was my stand before, and that will remain as my stand until now. Thank you, Chair, and I am in favor of your suggestion.
Okay, thank you so much, senior board member. They will hear from the Honorable Board Member J. Atapulco Bautista of Garcia Hernandez Bohol.
Sorry. Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. To everyone here, good afternoon. Let me just give my piece also. Because I have been mom about my vehicle that got into an accident. Maybe a year ago or less than a year ago, my government vehicle got into an accident. And for the record, ever since I started my political career in 2016, I have not used the government vehicle. And I think everyone knows that. And also as our media friends. Unfortunately, that day when my vehicle got into an accident, my driver actually brought a constituent home to Lugo. On his way back, it is on the same day like this, busog kaayo ang buwan. On his way home, he met an accident. He got into an accident. My vehicle actually turned turtle, thrice, fell on the house. Naguba ang ilang parel. We fixed it, but my vehicle was no longer serviceable or usable. So moto ang hitabo. And though I have heard and seen and read on Facebook na maayo kay wa maapil na driver, that should not have been the case. Kaya ugsing pa po ako ang ginsakay adto, and it could have happened to any one of us here. So, murag dili siguro po maayo na we will be saying ill to somebody who got into an accident already. So that is just for the record, since like what I have said, ever since the time my vehicle got into an accident, I did not say anything about it. I don't think I should be, it's nothing to be happy, it's nothing to be sad of. Kaya maayon na lang, ugira ako ang driver. Unfortunately, ang sakyanan di na mahimo. And with your recommendation, Mr. Presiding Officer, I am very much amenable to it. And if, on a personal note, if I can also request on the new vehicle that's intended for my office, if I can please give it to BIPC. Upon hearing in today's pre-session that BIPC does not have any vehicle for their office. Since I am doing the new investment code, I think it would be something that I can also give and leave as a legacy as part of the investment code to BIPC and to Mamita Lunes. So thank you very much and good afternoon. let us all keep safe kahit kusog kaayo ang buwan. Just before I stood up, I got a text that we are on a red rainfall level already. So please, we don't want the accident that happened to my government vehicle. So please let us all keep safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Board Member Ray. May we now hear from Dr. Elpidio Bonita from the Base Municipality of Mindoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Having the proposal, I am 100% supporting. Please let me explain my reason for this. I have to deal first the history because at the start of my duties and responsibilities as the board member, using the own car, dapat intang bumahalin sa kalsada. I've been rescued by my wife. I've been rescued by the motor force. Mga liyasan niya, nagamit itong dilapidated niya sa tiyanan and at the mercy of other people na na-rescue na ito. And ang nito I tried to inform our superiors kung nagpasalamat ko na ipakulang, ipagamit kung saan na serviceable na dito coming from the office of the Talagang. I have mixed feeling for this. First of all, because nakarealize na importante po kailangan mo daw na isakripisyo ang ilang. Nauna po kay ang ilang mismo, trabaho, which paradise. So in this case, that is one reason na pinong ko kung may tamo na palit. I am willing to give my new vehicle as a gratis na ikaw ko sa ilang sa office. And to consider that we have duties and responsibilities at our office as a board member, we are going to travel every now and then with different guys. With this dilapidated sa kailan, where is your security? Sa istorya ng mga kawan, mabilin, na-disgrasya ni Marito. Makita na ako yung mention last time. Ako ni Sari nga kanunetan taga-lubayan sa atong anghel. Kung simpa ko, demonyo, disgrasya lang.
Enjoy talaga na.
Bata pa ko eh. Anyway, ay pagawa ko. With these duties, parts of duties, giving para sa ating income mission. Muna nga, I have to use not only one vehicle. I'm using my personal vehicle as well. Para sa aking team. Muna nga, okay lang po. Kaya gamit ko, pero that is a good sacrifice ko para sa aking trabaho. So this is not only na mula ko sa akin na po dahil. Pero that's all na I'm using personal vehicle para sa aking trabaho. And siguro muli tayo na si Doktora na akong pahuli, kung muli ang gusto. Kaya kung sa kung nakulang ko, malipay ko na kumiyuli, magpo ang ilan. Mahala na kiningas ko na ako na naman. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Board Member Bonita. We will now hear from our ex-official members. We start with the letter A. Board Member Giselo Adio.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. First, I really admire the wisdom of our Presiding Officer. A high level of a statesman. So I subscribe to his wisdom. But let me go. That it pains me that we have to submit to these malicious critics and unfounded lies of the few, not to me, considering that we have the mandate to serve the majority of the people. But because as a true statesman and a public service, when I believe the wisdom of the presiding officer, I subscribe and submit to his wisdom. But for the record, it pains me that we have to submit to the few critics of this administration. PS, go. Dahil gusto ko kasi lang issue yan ng issue, makayo po ko iba. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Adio. Now that we have heard Board Member letter A, we will now hear Board Member letter B, Christian Bolos.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, colleagues, friends. Sa Timog Ingon Karon Westro, point tayo po. Since starting of this last 2018 service day, personal din ako masakyan ng buhay namin. But in fact, 2 weeks ago, nikawasan ko sa note kaya gani mga forms to fill out sa tupad. Ako mismo na unay, ginagawa mo ako for 2 days para ihatag yung forms ko mismo ang mga students ang movement mo din. No, so, thank you for your suggestion, Mr. And it's very good. And makita na ito, nagigit na po kita as legislators na nasa frontline po sa lima karon, kundi nagkakaroon tayo mga different offices na nangyayari ito. So, kita po mga so, so ayun, nung ikatagal ko na ito sila, kaya sila po nangyayari po sa servisyo po sa mga tao. Tapos ako nung question, nag-afternoon sa kanila.
Thank you so much, Board Member Bolos. We will, the final response will come from Board Member letter C. Board Member Dr. Molex Pelosa of the ACC.
Mayong hapon na itong tara. May katapusan ay may limit. One bumaos. Just to let in the board, Mr. President, si Christian Polos ko ang namin mong sakyanan. Kaya mo ikisaw nila ni Board Member Ricky Masamayo, ibatag mo mag-asawa.
Simbako.
Kita ko ng mga duwang na asawa, nakita sa daang sakyanan.
Okay na.
Okay ra. Just to let in the board, Mr. President. Wag ko kayo maulas ako magsukot. 2007, first time na nahimo kong board member, representative sa tika ng mga barangay, nagtuloy ko ni Kari Camacho. Ang service vehicle sa unahan is Arpidyon. Sa pagpalit sa Arpidyon, Mr. President, ngayon yaw ang mga posisyon. Sunod, ang service vehicle sa Sangguniang Pagkakawigan, Isoso Crossway. Maong gihapon, yaw-yaw gihapon ng bigas. This is not the right time. During the time of Governor Rene Lopez Relampagos, I was a member of the regular board representing the Sikat District. Ipalit sa kintab na ito karon. Gayaw-yaw gyapon ang mga nasa radyo o sa print media. This is not the right time to buy service vehicle. Now, mutana ko nila, when will be the right time to purchase service vehicle para gamiton sa mga opisyalis sa probinsya sa Bohol? Kaya karon nag-budget na mo palit o vehicle, nagplano na mo palit o service na to kay karaan na lagi kayo atong mga sakyanan. This is not the right time. Mga kapangutan ako, kano sa man tayo ang right time na palita o sakyanan? Mr. Chairman, colleagues, nagbaho-baho ng puto sa akong debate. Kaya nga naman, 1,109 barangays ay ang representing. Tag-as kayo akong biyahe. Ganit at kung Sabado, ang sakyanan ako na isyo sa province na bilin dito sa Anda. Good, na nagdako sa private na sakyanan. Kaya